And now next we're going to move on to the Clematis. This one comes in all different colors, but I saw it as purple with a black center, so I thought that would be fun to make. So I've cut my main petals out of purple. I'm going to take my purple colored pencil and just scribble on the petals again. And like I said, this doesn't have to be perfect. I'm really just scribbling on there. Oops. And I'm also going to do my bend and my pinch and bend technique, where I pinch the middle and I bend the edge. And I've already done that to the other set of petals, so I'll just put some glue in the middle and glue that down. And while that's drying off, I will finish off my centers. You can't see them so well on this black upside down mouse pad, but I'm going to do my technique with the stylus. And I've already glued the others together, so I'll just glue this on here. Stick that in the middle. Smush it down with my stylus. And then glue underneath. And put that right in the middle there. And poke it down with my stylus so it dries nice in there. And then I've already done my little creasing technique with the leaves, so I will just, I could glue it, but I'm going to put a pop dot on this one. And voila, that is my Clematis. Alright, next we're going to do the Dogwood flower. That's another one that would look cool if you did more than one all together. I've already put my centers together because you guys have seen me do that enough times. So for this, I've cut it out in light pink. So I'm going to take my medium pink ink pad and just give a little nice touch to the edges of the petals. And do that same pinching and bending technique on this guy. I've already done that to the other one. And it's just a nice 4-petal flower. So it's pretty easy to just glue the two onto the two. And I've already done my creasing technique on the leaves for this one. So I will just glue that right on there. And glue my centers on. And just hold that a little bit so it dries. And there's the nice dogwood. I like that one. That would also look cool in white or whatever other colors those guys come in. Next we're going to do the Gerber Daisy. Now these come in all kinds of colors. So I've already put most of it together, but I left one so you can see how I've done it. Now I'm going to take my stylus and I'm going to just barely give it a curl. It's very subtle, but it's going to add just the right touch. I'm going to do that to all of them. And now it's kind of shaped like a crazy spider or something. So I need it to be flatter in the middle. I'm going to take my upside down mouse pad and my stylus, and in the center I'm going to do my little swirly technique here. So now it's perfect. And I've already done that to all the others. So I'm going to glue that right in the middle. And that looks super cool. Now I just need to worry about the middle. And I've done the same thing that I just did also to the center of it. I'm just going to give it a little curl here. And then do my technique again on this. And also on this dark brown center part, I'm going to do the little swirly technique. and glue all of these together in the center. And this one's cool because the center is kind of like two parts. It's not just the brown part, it's also the same color as the flower petals itself with these orange parts. So that adds a nice touch. I've also done this one in pink with a yellow instead of brown, and that looked really cool. And I've seen these in all kinds of crazy colors, so you could really do some neat stuff with this one. I'm even picturing green and blue and whatever kind of crazy stuff you can come up with. Alright, so that's the center part. Just need to glue that to the middle. And there we go. Definitely cool. I love this one. Now for one final nice touch, I will ink the edges of this one. I'm going to take a medium pink because I have an orange, but it's not dark enough to be able to see it, so I'm just gonna rub that on the edges, and that gives it a nice little added dimension. It's like you don't even notice it when you look at it, but it definitely adds a nice touch. So that's that. Alright, next we're going to do the Impatien. Now these traditionally come in red and white and hot pink. So I want to do a project at some point where there's a bunch of these in red, hot pink, and white. I think that would look really cool. And I've done the leaves in a nice dark green since that's how they usually come. Now I'm just going to barely even do my little technique in the middle there because it's really a pretty flat flower in real life. I'm just going to barely bend the edges and just glue the center part on there. It's really just a dot, just adds a very subtle little touch there. And then just glue it on my petals. Now I could curve these petals just a little bit, just a tiny bit. That one goes together so fast. So that's the Impatien. And now I'm going to do my nice petunia. I've already done my leaves for that with my little creasing technique. This one also has a base part that I'm going to fold around in glue. And that's going to help hold the leaves together in the right way. Otherwise this one would be too flat. So that's my base part. And I've got two different sets of leaves here. I'm going to do my pinching and bending on all the leaves. And kind of bend it so it's ready to be glued in there. And now I've got these two different parts. I'm going to glue one inside the other. Glue the two petal part inside the 3 petal part. And this one would tend to be too flat unless we put it inside the base part, which is why we have that. So we've got these guys. And I'm just going to take the base part and do a nice ring of glue around the edge. And then take my flower and push it in there. And now it's just a matter of waiting for it to dry a little bit. And we've got our petunia. So I'm sure you've seen plenty of petunias and have ideas for what colors that would look cool in. I think white, and I like hot pink. We've got some nice red ones outside on our porch here. So more than one of these would look cool together. So that's our petunia.